Sound the alarm. I'm coming up. We'll have a ball. I'm sweet like a buttercup. You're Bobby doll. Show them all what I'm made of. Strut down the hall. Won't stop till I get enough. I wanna live right now.
Whoa, my goodness gracious. Great balls of fire. Welcome to Tuesday, friends. It's your boy, Coach B, the distinctly extraordinary coach, signing in. Ow, ow. How we doing on this Tuesday, guys? So, guys, I just got to continue to share how freaking amazing life is. I mean, guys, it's just the little things in life that can just really set us up for success. So, guys, my morning started off with a little bit of like, man, kind of dragging a little bit today. And then my wife showed me this message, and then my Facebook popped up. There was a little girl who flipped her car. She flipped her car over. I don't know how she did it, but she flipped her car over into a guardrail. The driver's side of this car just ripped through this car. And this young teenage girl called her dad ecstatic, just saying how sorry she was, Dad. And I mean, it put me in tears, but all you could hear was the dad crying when he was explaining how good God is. And he shows this car. I've never, the whole entire guardrail was through. It was through the car. And this man is pouring his heart out into Facebook. You can hear the sirens in the background with the police and the ambulance rushing to the scene. But this teenage girl calls her dad ecstatic in tears, saying, Dad, I'm sorry. Dad, I'm sorry. And this guy pans the camera around to his truck, and his daughter's sitting in the truck, and he was like, look at my daughter. His daughter had a couple scratches on her, but she was fine. Perfectly fine. And then he looks back at the car, and like the guardrail is just through the steering wheel, through the seat. The guardrail is just completely through the car. And I'm in tears watching this video, and you can hear the sirens coming as the ambulance and the police get closer. And this girl's just sitting in the driver's seat of his truck because it's freezing cold outside. And she's in tears, but she is perfectly fine. And this was on my phone. And then my wife is like, oh my God. And I'm like, did you see the girl? She's like, did you see the bridge? And I'm like, what are you talking about? There's a bridge too? And then she shows me a video of this freaking massive boat. Like I'm at a loss for words. This barge carrying all these shipping containers crashes in to this pillar, and this entire bridge collapses full of cars. And like just going through normal life, guys. Just everyday life. And all of a sudden, a guardrail just rips through the center of your car because the tire blows out or something crazy. Just driving along, going to work every day, and all is fine, and then the road disappears. Guys, there's no telling how many of those people just died instantly, just on their way to work. Normal day. Just had a fight with their spouse, just had a fight with their kids, happy-go-lucky, eating their burrito on the way to work, whatever the case may be, and just all of a sudden, the road's gone. Guys, I want to thank each and every one of you. I can see there's 15 of you on your live right now. I always ask, if you're on live, do me a favor, help me beat the Facebook algorithm. interact with the video. I always say hashtag live, and I always like to know where in the world you guys are watching live from. But guys, I started my morning off bawling my eyes out just to be thankful for another day on this planet. Guys, I wanna say thank you for the people who have been influential in my life, for those people who've went out of their way to send messages to me. Uh, for some reason, guys, people only send me private messages. Very few people ever interact live on the video. But last night, I'm just an emotional ball of mess, guys. But last night, I had a young man that I met over 10 years ago. We met at a military training school, and this young man reached out to me and shared with me how much of an impact I made in his life in one of the darkest times of his life. And he said, "Man, I've been watching your Facebook Live videos, and not to go into the details, but he said, I just want to thank you. I had no idea that I had made an impact in this young man's life. Last week, I had a message sent from a young man who's currently going through the worst possible emotional, physical battle of his life, in therapy, in counseling." And he said, "Hey, bro, I just want to let you know." And it was a book. I mean, when the message first came through, I was like, "Oh my God!" Like scrolled and scrolled, just skimming, and I was like, "Dang, okay, this is deep." Like I need to wait for this message until I can like really focus. But I've been receiving so many messages, like deep, heartfelt messages from you guys about the impact that this show has made. And a lot of times, we talk about health and wellness and nutrition, and, we talk about growing mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, relationally, financially. A lot of times I'm seeking to help people grow their very first 4 figures, 5 figures, 6 figures, 7 figures, and beyond. I've not personally made more than 7 figures in one year. But I've got multiple business mentors who've made 8, 9, and 10 figures in 1 year. Heck, I mean, some of the mentors I've got have made 7 figures in 1 day. And I can't even fathom that. 7 figures in 1 day. But anyway, this show is about the 5 pillars that have pulled me out of the depths of depression, that have pulled me out of suicidal thoughts, and that is faith, family, fun, fitness, and finances. Those are the 5 things that I have narrowed down in my life that have been the most influential and successful things that I want to help everybody who can hear my voice with. Not everyone believes in the same thing. Sorry, guys, I got a runny nose now. I said I wasn't going to cry on live stream, and I freaking did it again anyway. But that's okay. Guys, I'm a real human being who battles emotions just like everybody else. But man, it has been an emotional 24 hours. With finding out the impact that I've made in people's lives, from getting phone calls from various people, getting invited to speak on stages that are going to impact gazillions of lives. Man, just the stuff that God is doing in this planet. I don't understand how this young girl survived that accident. I don't understand why God allowed this barge to crash into this bridge. The entire bridge is gone. I mean, it literally disappeared right in front of our eyes. I don't know how many people lost their lives in that accident, but I truly put my faith, hope, and trust in God that all things, no matter how good, bad, ugly, or indifferent, all things will work for good. And I know without a shadow of a doubt, there were people who lost their lives this morning. I mean, we know that 1 million people did not wake up this morning around this world. We know that. But being able to physically see this young girl walk away from a horrific accident like that, God, that's God. I mean, a lot of times I wonder, like, why did God let the bridge accident happen? You know, why did God let 9/11 happen? There's so many things that, like, I just can't understand in my mind why God allowed this to happen. But what I do know is God allowed me another day on this planet to be a blessing to other people. God gave me an opportunity for another day. Guys, for most of you who don't know, I should have never made it home from Iraq in 2004. I was staring down the barrel. I was physically staring down the barrel of one, but 7 other AK-47s were pointed at me inside of my vehicle. We was at the wrong place at the wrong time. And I'm going to be honest, guys, that's the first time in my life that I ever wholeheartedly, truly asked God, if you will do this one thing for me. I've said it a whole bunch in my life before. God, if you'll just do that, if you'll just let this girl like me, if you'll just let this job go through, if you'll just let me get this car, if you'll just. But that was the one time, and God knew that I was being wholehearted, I was being sincere. He knew what his plans were for me. But I prayed to God right as we got captured, if you will allow me another opportunity, I will serve you for the rest of your life. Me and the other 2 guys in the car, we made it a plan that we was going to take at least 4 of them out before they killed us. But by the grace of God, they let us go. Guys, in 2003, 2004, they were sawing people alive. They were ripping people apart. They were burning people alive and drape them over bridges. And they let us go. They let us go. Coming home from Iraq, I battled PTSD so bad that I got into some of the darkest, deepest depression I've ever been in, contemplated suicide numerous times. I didn't know what to do, where to turn. But God sent me the exact thing that I needed. He sent me Cassandra, my wife. She showed up at the right time. She got me in church. She got me saved. She helped me put my life back together, guys. And I'm here on this planet today getting messages from people constantly about what a blessing that I've been. And it's all God. It's all God. So, guys, I want to thank you for the opportunity to serve you today. I look forward to the messages that I was going to continue to receive. And I'm going to continue to pour into your lives. God bless, guys. Have a great night. This is Coach B signing off.